Well, yeah.
It's a fucking awesome fight. That's what I'm psyched about. They're both in their prime. They're both.
It's a little interesting with Kamaru being
amazing.
aggressive there, because
Yeah.
it seems like I don't know if I'm wrong on this, but it seems like the people who are aggressive, usually it's doubt.
Well, I think for sure he wants Colby to be emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So it may not be doubt. It might be strategy. It might be like just like he might hate him. He might just almost not be able to stop himself.
I always think of Khabib, Conor. You know, Khabib was always reserved, in control, never emotional.
Yeah.
Conor was lashing out.
This is an amazing fight because both guys are really in their prime.
Yeah.
They're both juggernauts. They're both like I don't see anybody that can fuck with them in that division right now. Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat.
Colby called him cum shot.
Well, that's rude. That's rude. That guy's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. But he's got to face stiffer competition.
You know Colby's nicknames.
Yes.
Somebody asked him about Khamzat today, and he said,
called him cum shot. How dare that?
That guy seems scary, though.
He's scary as fuck. He's
talking to Dana, picking up.
Yeah. Talking to him.
What?
Yeah. Talking to him.
Insane.
I come to kill everyone. I kill them all.
Insane.
Yeah, he's a wild motherfucker. He's so good, too. He's good at everything.
Yeah. But we'll see when the competition ramps up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, Li Jingliang is a tough guy.
Yeah.
But he's not at that level. So, in Gerald Meerschaert, tough guy, not at that level. So, we're going to get the chance to see him. I want to see him against a guy like a Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
No, legit.
Yeah, and Neil Magny has asked for that fight, which is also an interesting fight. That would be interesting as well. I want to see him against a top flight guy. Neil Magny will show you what you are.
I don't want to see him fight Nate Diaz. I don't really want that.
The only reason why I would be interested in seeing that is because, like, Nate Diaz will find out if you're for real.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz, like with Leon, like Nate Diaz losing that fight until the 5th round, then cracking Leon and having Leon in real fucking serious trouble.
I guess, could you see Nate choking Khamzat out?
Who the fuck knows, man? Nate is a beast.
Yeah, he is.
He is such a fucking
I'm more
warrior.
of a Nate fan. I would hate to see, I don't know. I just want to see him win. I liked when he wins.
What I like is Nate getting paid. You know, if Nate gets paid big for that fight, if they set up a main event somewhere, Khamzat and Nate for a title elimination fight, I think if every fight went 100 rounds, Nate would never lose. He's only
I like how he talks about in the street you wouldn't be. He still talks about streets.
Yeah,
God,
well, he'll
awesome.
still fight you in the streets.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why.
awesome. I love that.
The only guy who's legitimately beaten Nate is Josh Thompson. Josh Thompson legitimately stopped Nate. I mean, obviously, so did Jorge Masvidal. Other people have beaten him. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, shut it off.
Yeah,
and that was Josh. Josh shut him off. Josh head kicked him. Josh Thompson, in his prime, was one of the most spectacular fighters on the planet. Completely well balanced. He had great wrestling, great submission. Became a world champion. You know, he's a legit top of the food chain fighter, and he's the only guy that ever stopped Nate Diaz. That was you ever pull that up? Crazy fight, and you know Nate was in his prime, and so was Josh. But Josh, you know, a lot of people. I mean, he's got a great podcast he does too with Big John McCarthy. They have a great take on things. Josh went through some fucking wars with Gilbert Melendez and Strikeforce. I mean, boom, right there. Like nobody's beaten Nate like this.
No,
that was the best beating that anybody ever put on Nate.
Yeah,
and Mike Beltran stopped it. That's Josh.
Yeah, that was definitive.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's probably the finest performance that anybody's had against Nate. Obviously, Conor beat him by decision. Other guys have beaten him. Rafael dos Anjos. There's other guys have beaten him, but no one's beaten him like that.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that before.
That's the argument about Nate Diaz. But even Nate Diaz, he wasn't out there. He was still conscious. I mean, if that fight kept going, he might have recovered. Look at this, though. Boom.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it doesn't hit much cleaner than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a crazy sport, man, and this weekend is wild as fuck. That Gaethje Chandler fight, phew, that is going to be bombs away.
Yeah.
There is not a doubt
that.
in my mind, and I've said this before and I've been wrong, so I'm sorry. That's what I thought when Francis Ngannou fought Derek Lewis. I'm like, there's not a doubt in my mind. And that was a terrible
Someone's getting
fight.
knocked out, yeah.
That was a terrible fight.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be that. I don't think Gaethje is capable of having a boring fight, and I don't think Chandler is capable of having a boring fight.
No.
You know, we saw that, Francis and Derek, they played cautious because they were both worried about each other's power with good reason. Both guys can knock you into another fucking dimension with one shot. But so can these guys. But I think Gaethje fights with such reckless abandon and so intelligent the way he does that. Like in the early days, he used to like wade into the fire and take shots to give shots, but he doesn't do that anymore. Now he sets things up more intelligently. He's got some of the best fucking leg kicks in the business, and he chops at your leg from the clinch. Yeah. And then Chandler also has a great wrestling pedigree. Chandler's an excellent wrestler, legitimate one-punch knockout power, tremendous experience both in Bellator and in the UFC. And I'm interested to see how he deals with the kind of pressure that Gaethje puts on you.
Chandler trains so hard.
Like a beast, like a monster. And you've trained with him.
Yeah.
Right? Where'd you train? We trained with him in San Diego?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a hard day. We went really hard, but I watch him and he looks as in good a shape now as he's ever looked. I think he's ramped it up even more.
Well, when a guy has a spectacular UFC debut and knocks out a guy like Dan Hooker and then loses a shot at the interim belt, which was like a big opportunity.
So close to winning, too.
So close to winning the first round. Almost had him.
Almost champion.
Almost had him. But then that just shows you how good Oliveira is.
Yeah.
Oliveira comes back and with a beautiful left hook.
Yeah,
My God. What a perfect punch. And there's a difference between someone who throws things short and technically, where everything's like hands up high, everything is perfectly placed. Chandler is, a wild fucking bull of a man, and he just left himself a little open in that wild, reckless attack.
After giving up his neck.
Yep.
Remember? Oh, I can't believe he got out of that.
Crazy. I think we're gonna see some wild shit, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Gaethje and Chandler together is chaos.
Fireworks.
It's gonna be, and that's gonna start off the pay-per-view.
Can't wait.
Like, my goodness.
Can't wait.
My goodness. All right, Cam, let's get something to eat.
Let's do it.
Fuck out of here.
Starving.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen of the world. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.